What's up guys? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 3 apps that you absolutely have to have if you're going to be investing in or managing Airbnb properties, short-term rentals. If you want to do this, these 3 apps and tools are absolutely essential in my opinion. I could not possibly succeed without them, so here they are. Let's start at the top with the very first tool that any investor or manager needs for Airbnb and short-term rental, and that's data. You need to know your numbers. If you're familiar with this channel, by the way, if you're not yet subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. But if you are, and you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll know that I'm an absolute lover of data. I love knowing the numbers before going into something, especially on the investing side of things. And so for that, I love to use AirDNA. The reality is there's a few different tools that we use out there. Shout out to Short-Term Rental Insights. We use All the Room sometimes. We use Price Labs for this sometimes, but AirDNA is definitely the pinnacle. It's the one tool that if you're gonna go to one-stop shop, that's gonna be the place you'll wanna go. Other tools are really great to supplement, but you absolutely just have to have the data and know your numbers. I see too many investors talk about, well, you know, I'm looking at this property, but I just haven't bought AirDNA yet, so I don't know if it's a good deal. Just buy it. It's crazy to not get AirDNA and get that data. Now, if you work with us, we've got a huge enterprise package with AirDNA that allows us to have some really cool access to incredible data that allows us to make the best possible investing decisions. But data is an absolute must-have, so that is the number 1 on my list. The second on my list is going to be for management. Once you actually have the data, you know which deals are the right deals and you buy them, you're gonna need a tool to help you manage the day-to-day and make sure this property runs smoothly. Now, if you're handing this over to a property manager, they're gonna need that tool. But if you're not, or if you are a property manager, you're going to absolutely need to have this tool for management, and that's gonna be a channel management software. My recommendation for this is a tool called HostAway. Now, I'm not getting comped by any of the companies in this video that I'm talking about here, but AirDNA is my favorite for data and HostAway is my favorite for a channel management software. Basically what the channel management software does is it allows you to do all your guest messaging, your pricing updates, all your listing management, your calendar management, all your financial reporting, everything, all in one place. So if you have multiple properties or if you have one property listed in multiple different places like Airbnb, VRBO, Booking.com, it allows you to take that into one centralized backend so you never miss a beat and you can do everything in a much more streamlined way. It also just makes things a lot easier from task management and maintenance, keeping all that coordinated to your pricing updates, everything there. So it's an absolute must-have. You've just got to have a really good solution dialed in for your channel management for managing everything on the back end. So that's my second recommendation, is a great channel manager, and for that I recommend HostAway. Now, the third thing that you're absolutely going to have, now that you've got your property, you've got it up and running, well, you want to make sure it is profitable, and not just profitable, but as profitable as possible. And for that, you need a good pricing strategy, and you're going to need some tools to help you with pricing. Now, the reality is there's lots of different options out there. You can use Airbnb Smart Pricing, you can price it yourself, you can use something like Price Labs or Wheelhouse or Beyond Pricing. So which option is great? Well, for starters, definitely don't use Airbnb Smart Pricing. I'm sure you probably know that at this point, but if you're brand new to Airbnb, it is a terrible tool to use if you're trying to actually generate the most possible return from your property. But all that said, like, really, where do you go from there? There's still so many options available, and for me, honestly, for most people, I recommend that you price the property manually. I know, it seems crazy. There's tools out there that promise the world and say that they're gonna do this incredible job pricing it for you, and you're no data science, why wouldn't you let this software do it for you? Well, from my experience, what I've found to be true is that any one of these softwares, and I do have a software recommendation for pricing as well that I'll get to in a minute, but any one of these is only going to be as good as the person using it. So if you're just getting started or you're not an expert yet at pricing, then putting one of these tools in place is just going to automate a poor pricing strategy. You need to have a good pricing strategy dialed in and a good understanding of your overall pricing in order to actually use one of these tools effectively and get the most out of it. So if it comes down to pricing the property manually or just putting it under a pricing tool, you're going to get much better results pricing it manually. And then once you get those great results, you can then automate the great results with one of those tools. It's not really gonna work to optimize your performance with one of these tools. It's more gonna be to automate performance that's already running well. So we have a tool that we use called our target occupancy rate tracking spreadsheet. It's a tool that we built so that we can track our metrics and know where we're at relative to our goal and make the adjustments we need to make. Now, it's a really cool tool that we built ourselves that just tells us exactly when to raise rates and when to lower rates based on the data. You want to make sure that you have a data-driven pricing strategy, because it's really easy when it comes to pricing to get emotional and panic and lower prices when you shouldn't, or raise your rates too high and hold out for this really high number that you have no business getting in the first place. So you need to make sure that you can be unemotional about these decisions, and the best way to do that is to use data. Now, if you're using data, obviously understanding exactly where you should be at in terms of bookings for any given month of the year, pretty hard to keep it all up here. So that's why we built this tool, to put it into the tool, and the tool just makes it really simple. We're able to see how many days we should have booked, how many days we do have booked, and then make adjustments from there. If we're overbooked, then we know we need to increase prices. If we're underbooked, then we know we need to decrease prices. And we can apply that to every single month out of the year, depending on exactly what our goal is for that month and how far out from that month we are. So that's a really, really great tool. Again, if you sign up for the free training that's linked in the description down below and you want to work with us, you want to check out more about that, then you can get access to that tool. That ultimately, you just need to have a tool that's going to help you with a data-driven pricing strategy, and you need to understand pricing strategy. So again, that's something that we help people with all the time. So if you want to learn more about that, then check out the video down below. We've got a free training on how to succeed with short-term rental investing. And so you can use that and check that out. Guys, just want to take a quick break here to say that for those of you watching who want to build cash flow and long-term wealth by purchasing Airbnbs and short-term rental properties, there's a link in the description right down below for a free training that'll walk you through my exact strategy for investing successfully in Airbnbs. Now, if you're not ready to actually buy properties and you want to get started managing other people's properties on Airbnb, the same way I got started, and build a full-time income managing other people's properties, there's actually another free training linked in the description down below as well that'll be a really great fit for you. So whether you want to invest in short-term rental properties and actually build amazing cash flow and long-term wealth by acquiring the assets, buying the properties themselves, or you're looking to earn a full-time income managing other people's properties on Airbnb, we've got some awesome trainings that are linked in the description down below that'll definitely help you out. When you sign up for the trainings, we're also going to send you a few other tools and resources completely for free just to help you get started. Again, the links to sign up are in the description down below, and both trainings and all the tools are completely free. So make sure to register for the trainings, links in the description down below. But once you do have that optimized, then you will want to automate. And a really great tool that I love for that is Price Labs. Like I said, I just want to make it super clear. I don't recommend using that for the average person just getting started that wants to optimize things. It's not really going to do that. But it is going to do a really great job of automating what you've already optimized, as long as you have a solid understanding of it. So that's a tool that we've started using relatively recently within the last 6 months here that I really love. Pricing tools have come a long way since years ago when I first got started with short-term rentals. And so it's really cool to see the amount of customizability and how well you can get them working to really automate a great pricing strategy. So that's it for me. Those are the 3 tools that are absolute must-haves. There are obviously tons of different tools and apps that are out there for short-term rental that can make your life easier. And there are some that I use, but those are the 3 that I absolutely could not live without. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Drop a like on this video if you got value from it, if you found it helpful, if you found it useful. Please just take half a second here, hit that like button. I'll wait, just hit it, just give it a little like, give it a little press. It really does help me out a lot with growing this channel. So I really appreciate in advance you hitting that like button. And then last but not least, make sure you subscribe to this video to stay up to date with the 2 new videos we post every single week on this channel. Stay up to date with that. We always try to help you with your Airbnb investing, your Airbnb property management, so whatever it is, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date. With all that said, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.